Hello, everybody. This is Will Martel coming back at you again with another thought of today. My recent video that I just uploaded to YouTube consisted of Never Give Up. This one will be energy vampires. Now, for those of you that have been strongly pursuing your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and things of that nature, you are always going to have those individuals that will stop you or sabotage you from achieving what really God set out for you to achieve. Otherwise, why would he give you these gifts? That one thing that you can do better than anybody else, and you're the best at it. Why would he give you that? Well, okay. Energy vampires basically consist of, it could be a family member. It could be a spouse. I dealt with that on more than one occasion. And I had to discover one simple thing on how to handle that. And it simply goes like this. You have to get rid of them. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot go for what you know every day of your life and try to achieve what you were meant to achieve when you have people that will purposely suck the life out of you to stop you. This is done purposely. I was once married to a woman that had some very, I would say, narcissistic traits and things that I wanted to do with my life. It was basically all about her. And if you have a dream and a goal, you need a support system. One cannot make it alone. One has to have a very, very strong support system, whether it's, your best friends, your family, your spouse. And without it, achieving that dream, that goal, is all the more harder. So there was one situation where I was 27 and I was still pursuing acting. And this one afternoon, she wanted to go waste time doing something that she wasn't supposed to be doing in the first place. And then out comes the fangs. I mean, when I refused to do it and go on this audition, which I was late for, it was for a commercial, I believe. She hooped, hollered, screamed, destroyed my headshots, all that stuff. And it was basically that she was jealous, and that's what it was. She was jealous because of the fact that those that love to waste time, those that don't examine themselves and don't know what they were put here to do, they will, at every opportunity, destroy it and everything that you want to do with yourself. And I think, and it's worked for me so far, you have to get rid of these people. You have to lose them. You have to separate yourself from them immediately. Because on more than one occasion, I had run into this problem. Okay, after I got divorced, years later, I ended up hooking up with this other woman. And at the time, I was doing some professional wrestling and things like that. And there was a world match that was supposed to take place. And me being a very, very naive excuse me, being a very naive person, a very naive person to the situation of man-woman relations, I didn't see the writing on the wall of this person intentionally sabotaging me. Well, a world title match came up for a company that I was working for, and they decided that I was going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy that they will center the company around, and they wanted to make me champion, and they wanted to do all of these programs with me because I was well seasoned by that time, and I was also still doing stage acting. So I got it, and they wanted to involve me. They wanted to involve me in all of these angles. So at that time, I think I had gone out to this woman's house. She lived in bum crap. What was it, Indiana, I believe? It was something like that. Anyway, I don't even remember. Anyhow, there it was, and it was the weekend. It was the weekend, and I was supposed to go back to Chicago, and I was supposed to be involved in this title match. And my God, that entire day when we were supposed to be getting ready to go, because at that time I had took a train out there. I didn't have a car, so I took my train. I took a train out there, and that particular day, she refused to take me to the train station so I can get on there and get my shit together and get back to Chicago. It was a problem. And you know what happened? I ended up arguing with this woman the entire day. Missed the title match, missed my opportunity. And you want to know what happened at the end of that? These guys never bothered work with me again after that. And it was the saddest thing because I had a great reputation with this CSW company. Not CSW, what was it? Chicago All-Star. Yeah, it was Chicago All-Star Wrestling. And I had a very great relationship with them. I mean, I had a great relationship with them, and they decided they would never use me again. I mean, even years after that relationship was over. And I decided that it was, I had to start looking out for me and not for anyone else. Those people wouldn't even come near me anymore. And I understand that. I understand that because I should not have ever picked a woman over what God intended for me to do with my life. And I remember I got a stiff talking to by my mother. And I remember after that whole situation was over with, my mom was watching some of my stuff. I think it was some movies. I think it was some movie clips and things like that. I had my reel upstairs in her room. I was getting ready to send it out or whatever it was. And she was watching it. She was watching it. She was watching the wrestling matches and the movie clips or whatever. And she turned to me and she said, in all seriousness, she said, "You are never, ever." She said, I do mean never give up what you want to do for another person. Because at the end of the day, when they're gone, you're going to have your gift. It's going to stay with you the rest of your life. And if you don't do anything about it, she said, then the real loser in the situation is you. The greatest piece of advice I ever got for that woman, God rest her soul. But that's what energy vampires will do. So what I want to do is I want to leave you with these words. And this is what we called in professional wrestling a shoot. All for real, no filter. for anybody that's listening, do not ever give up what you want to do for another person. Do not ever stop going for what you know and going for what your heart wants for another person. Because at the end of the day, long after they're gone, long after the relationship is over with, long after they decided that they wanted to go and pursue other things, your gift will still be with you. It will never leave you, it will never forsake you, and it will never betray you. The only crime is if you do not try to go for it, you're going to spend years in your 80s, 90s going, what if? And you know what? Who wants to live like that? Anyway, this is Will Martel saying so long. And remember, every day above ground is a good day. And life is what you make it. Take care of yourselves, and I will be back soon with another video. Take care.